the American Jury and Bulldog Nation. Welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Bill Maher ripped the late night guys for never having a take on anything. And he's right. You know what? I'm going to give you some funny stuff today on 46 topics. Covered quickly with humor and a take. No script. No Hollywood writer. All me off the top of my head. Today, I'm going to show the talent that I possess. What did Rush Limbaugh go? On loan from God. All right, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting. Park Yoga, as always. Check us out on all of our platforms. Top story. DeSantis said no more interviews with MSNBC or NBC. And then he conceded because he's crashing and burning and decided to sit down with NBC. Medal of Honor ceremony. Good old Joe walked away a little early. Left the Medal of Honor recipients hanging a little bit. Are you ready for this one? The excuse out of the White House? We wanted to reduce the amount of contact based upon germs and everything else. Oh, what a crock. All right, Bill Maher says the Hunter Biden stuff is pretty bad and the left-wing media is ignoring it. He didn't say Joe, but at least good old Bill Maher said that. And by the way, he has a funny line I'm going to share with you today. Joe Biden says no. A shocker. One thing that I agree with. There was a plea deal with 5 folks involved in 9/11, and guess what? They weren't going to get the death penalty. It was off the table. And Joe Biden said no for now. You believe it? I don't know when the last time I agreed with something Joe Biden said. All right, Alaskan Leases. Let's get back to Joe Biden screwing up stuff. He's canceled. His administration has canceled oil leases, gas leases in Alaska, thousands of them. Guess who supports them? The people from Alaska, including Native Alaskans. Crazy. An L.A. couple, sad story, gunned down. This beautiful couple gunned down with the 1-year-old baby in the car, broad daylight in L.A. Welcome to the big city. Sad. Howard Stern is a wimp. Mr. Tough Howard Stern, tries to talk all the women, showing their boobs. This guy went and hid in the basement during COVID. Now he claims he's worried about COVID variant number 2 and it's affecting his marriage and everything else. Big old Howard. Wimp. Bruce cancels. This is wild. By the way, my wife and I had concert tickets for Columbus's show, I think the 21st. He's canceled all his September shows. It's already been canceled once. Why? Peptic ulcers, he says. He's getting treatment from the Mayo Clinic. Folks, I'm not saying a peptic ulcer isn't bad. But my guess is he's canceling shows, he's going to Mayo Clinic. Bruce has got something a little more serious than a peptic ulcer. All right, Trump says Fauci was not important in his administration. When he was asked directly why didn't he fire him, he says he was a civil servant and he couldn't fire him. He was stuck with him. And he says he wasn't a big deal. All right, we'll see about that. Texas versus USA. Unbelievable. A federal judge has said to Texas, you must, I think by Friday, remove your barrier out there in the Rio Grande. Just think about this, folks. Texas is trying to protect Americans, Texans, doing what they can. And that judge ruled that way. Hopefully they appeal and they win. It's an outrage. By the way, guess who fought it? Joe Biden's government. They want it taken down. In other words, we want them all in here. It's insane. Fulton hearing yesterday. You ready for this? Prosecutor says trial's 4 months, 150 witnesses. Judge denied 2 of the co-defendants, including Sidney Powell, wanting to have separate trials. This is going to, like I said, cluster mess. All those lawyers, all those defendants, all tried at once? Yeah, right. It's going to be a joke. And you watch, there'll be error. Facebook to the rescue for Trump. Trump is back on Facebook and using it to raise money. Boy, that's weird. I guarantee you Facebook is turning the knobs all they can to stop him from raising money. Nuclear subs. The Senate had a Senate Intelligence Committee yesterday concerned that we have not met the measures that we need to and wanted to for our nuclear submarine fleet. Does that shock you? No, it doesn't shock you. Harvard can't make it up. The worst college in America For free speech, Harvard, they got a zero. A zero. Think about that, folks. The old school traditional liberals and academia, like Harvard, should be all about free speech. But they're not. That's where we've gone as a country. And it's sad. Spielberg, Mr. Climate guy, right? Out on his yacht, cruising around the Mediterranean. By the way, if you haven't figured this out yet from paying attention to the news and pop culture and whatnot, during the summer, the filthy rich take off and go all summer on these type of trips. I mean, it's crazy. They also take off really between Thanksgiving and New Year's and then January. Seriously, I know some uber wealthy people. I can tell you who it is. He's one of the ones in Cincinnati. I never met him, but he's like really, really wealthy. And I contacted him because I had a question about something. And the secretary said he would be gone for most of the summer traveling. I was a lucky guy. All right, Trump. Trump called Coulter washed up. And Coulter is just, she was like Miss Tough and then went weird. And she turned on Trump. All these folks, like Ann Coulter in 2020, hurt Trump bad. I mean, they should have been for Trump. I can't stand her. She's a bitch. Call it the way I see it. LeBron goes over to Saudi Arabia. He apparently said he'd play for him for $1 billion. Who knows what's cooking? How hysterical would it be? LeBron leaves the Lakers and just goes plays in a Saudi league for $1 billion. It's nuts, isn't it? All right. Bill Maher was criticizing Senator Feinstein. And he said, now this is funny stuff. He said Feinstein thought the coat rack was Barbara Stanwyck. That's good stuff, man. All right, Weiss. They said they dropped all these charges. By the end of September, they're going to bring the gun charge back. This is such a crock. They're going to re-bring the same charges. It's a joke. Trump wants to debate Markle, he says. She's the man. Now, this is, DeSantis, is he going to debate the governor of California? Trump, this is the world we live in. You just say, I want to debate somebody. And then you debate him. I'd like to debate Chuck Schumer. Trump versus Markle. Trump, you're giving her some attention she doesn't need. Turkey, an interpreter screwed up. This is wild. An interpreter screwed up and said, they declared war on Russia. And they said Putin was like, what? What? Accidentally declared war on Russia. All right, Representative Buck, Republican, pisses me off. He's telling CNN that he doesn't see enough evidence for impeachment. You believe that crap? Do you believe that crap? All right, Joe Jonas, gonna divorce Sophie Turner, from Games of Thrones fame, right? You ready for this? You know how he busted her? She was talking, we don't know what, but saying some bad stuff apparently on Ring camera that he heard and saw. Oops. This is scary stuff. We got Russia saying that the Ukrainian war is going to end in a nuclear war. What do? We test an ICBM that's not armed to just show we're ready for a nuclear war. What? How is that helping? And I thought about this. Sabrina, what do you think the odds are that the Biden administration screws up and actually arm the damn thing? We might have shot a live nuclear weapon. The Bidens are in control. Trump's winning in California in the Republican primary. A lot of electoral votes there. Strzok pisses me off. This guy, the crook, the liar, the perjurer, doesn't pay any price. Him and his little girlfriend suing the FBI for wrongful discharge. And now they're going to get to depose Trump. What a crock, Strzok. All right, Colorado. They're filed a lawsuit under the 14th Amendment to keep Trump off the ballot in Colorado. Folks, there is nothing in the 14th Amendment to keep President Trump off the ballot. All right, Jody Ernst, some more crap. Jody Ernst says that she's comfortable with that Mitch McConnell is okay. All the Republican establishment, they're going to all join up behind McConnell. He's okay. Speaking of Mitch announced yesterday he's going to fulfill his term. Didn't say anything about running for re-election. Folks, you're going to have to pull him away. I'm going to run against him if he runs again. All right, cheap Teslas. Because of battery prices dropping, Teslas are cheap as can be. They said it's as cheap as a Camry. Go out and get you one now. Mike Pence was critical of the populists instead of the traditional constitutionalists. Hey, Mike, go back to Indiana and work at the gas station. Proud Boys, all right? The Proud Boys, they are disintegrated. And we reported yesterday this guy was sentenced for 22 years. Enrique Tarrio. 22 years. What a crock. Proud Boys the joke. That sentencing is a crock. All right, illegals. The Biden administration is helping illegals, regular Americans, real Americans, lawful Americans, lost 1 million jobs. Joe Biden has helped 600,000 illegal aliens get jobs last month. Crazy. Nuclear silo. Somebody for $40,000 got a nuclear silo and was living in it. Now he goes, nobody's laughing at me now. It's worth millions because all the Armageddon talk. He's got his own silo. Fake emails. We know that Joe Biden was using fake emails. Guess what we now know? The Clintons and the Obama, they all use fake emails too. Why would you use a fake email? I've never used a fake email address. Have you? Have you? All right. Trump says he's not going to pick a VP right now because nobody ever votes for a VP for president anyway. And you know what? He's right. Kamala Harris says she's ready, that she might have to become president, and she's ready to go. No one believes that. Kushner, by the way, I think what Kushner did with the Saudis after he left office, although it might be legal, is a crock. He was the negotiator over there with the Saudi-Israeli deal. What's he do? Gets $3 billion for a fund. Now he's made his first equity deal inside Israel. I swear, man. Kushner is you know what? I like Junior. I like Eric. I like Barron. I like Melania. I like Senior. I like Tiffany. I don't care for Ivanka and Jared. Their noses are higher in the air than everybody else's. All right, what do we got next? Birmingham, England. My mates. Well, he is from a different place. But Birmingham, England might file bankruptcy. You know why? They don't have the money to pay all the women that they were underpaying for all these years, apparently. Wow. Elon Musk, it's been announced, borrowed $1 billion from SpaceX before he bought Twitter. His money, his company, he's allowed. Messina, one of the architects of the Obama win, put out a memo that's kind of gotten out there that Joe Biden's in trouble. Yeehaw! Rolling Stones are going to release a new album. Wow. Go Stones. Can't make this up. A guy got arrested. He was going to use a hamster float to go across the Atlantic Ocean. The Coast Guard arrested him. I guess it's illegal. Now, just think of all the connotations we got with this one. All right. Ready for this? Hunter attended state dinners at the White House as chairman of Rosemont. In Israeli, apparently for the first time in 2,000 years, a red heifer was born, which seems to indicate the end of times. I don't think that's a coincidence. Last but not least, on a Delta flight, somebody poo-pooed all over the place, and the flight had to be brought down because it stunk so bad. That's disgusting. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. You have a good one.